I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine.
That's not my voice.
I caught Santa
That's
Claus
not my voice. Is it ready?
sniffing cocaine.
Sing it one more time.
He had a bottle of whiskey in the North Pole tipsy. Party, party. Santa's having a party. I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine. I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine.
I gotta get my voice ready, y'all. Get it strong. You gotta sing it along.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine. I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine.
Get it down.
Donald Trump was enough.
Oh, you big man. You big man.
I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine.
Where's ready? Where's ready?
I caught Santa Claus sniffing cocaine.
I get my voice ready. I've been sick. Gotta get it. Gotta get some man voice. I gotta get the man voice. I've been sick. I'm about to get my voice ready for the stage. You gotta get your voice ready. You gotta drink the lemon juice, and you gotta be like, what they do on the side of it? They say, what they say on the side? Me, my. When they be singing this shit, they be like, me. I gotta like, ooh. That's how I get my voice ready. Get a couple of them up in you. Ooh. When you're sick, you got to get it out. You said you can't let the coughing and the sore throat, you know what I'm saying, bother you. Get it out of you. Sing it with me. Ooh. What's up with it? Sherry K, Charlotte George, Coco Hayes. When the hell is Miss talking to Coco? She know we supposed to be on it. She up in here. They up in here. We up in here. Oh, it's been a very, very cold couple of days, and I caught. I don't know. I had a little show, and I was, out promoting late night in the cold, and I came down with a strong cough and wheezing and all that stuff. But I'm better now. My voice is a little bit sore, but I'm better. And it's time to get on with the show because it's been all kind of shit. The Trump inauguration been going on. You know what I'm saying? You got all the liberals, they really big mad. They was talking about Kamala Harris still about to be president. She was about to do some shit on the last minute. On the 24th hour, she was going to jump out and say, hey, this shit was a farce. I'm the real president. That shit didn't happen. They thought it was going to be a protest. That shit didn't happen, right? And Donald Trump is doing exactly what he's saying, and the Democrats still mad. They still try to spread fake news. You like, look, man, the shit is over. Don't you sons of bitches get it? You still big man. You sons of bitches talk about she's not going to swear Donald Trump in watch on the inauguration. She's not going to certify the election. She done that. She obeyed. You know what I'm saying? She validated the dictator. She didn't bow down. She didn't do what the left said they was going to do. The liberals say she was going to do. Oh, she's not going to certify him. She done it. She done it. Wow. Oh, watch. They not going to come to the inauguration. They done it. Michelle Obama didn't. That's a different story. Right? But they done it. All the shit they said they wasn't going to do, and all the shit we're going to stop this, and we're going to do this, and you remember what what's the motherfucker Jamie Raskin said? We're going to have to do what the Supreme Court couldn't do. We're going to have to tell everybody that he's not qualified to be president because he's an insurrectionist, and then we're going to have civil rights war and civil war for everybody. That didn't happen. So all the shit the Democrats was pumping up to say, you know what I'm saying, was going down, it's not happening. Right? They cash cow is running low. They can't say no women rights no more, right? Because they just saw a lot of women voted for Donald Trump. They can't be like, well, we fight women rights. You ain't heard nothing about that after the election. You ain't heard nothing about no abortion, no women rights, my body, no none of that shit. You heard none of that shit. Right? It's like they forgot about the women. They not hollering about no abortions and Donald Trump trying to kill women and none of that. Their argument is dead. Right? So they can't get no money off of that. They can't get no money off no impeachment. They can't get no money off of January 6th. That shit is over with. January 6th, the case closed, over with. No more. That shit is done. Kick it to the side. They can't get no money off of that. Right? They can't get no money off the election to give to their celebrity friends. The donors not kicking in. Right? They can't get no money for that. It's no more. We got to fight Trump on this. The only thing they can fight Trump on is the border and what? Trans rights and gay rights and LBG rights. That's the only thing they can hold on to. Right, we're going to raise some money, you know what I'm saying, the fight for the LGBT. We're going to raise some money to fight for trans rights. We're going to raise some money to fight for immigration. We're going to fight Donald Trump tooth and nail. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Right, we're not going to let Donald Trump come over here. We're going to raise this money, right? Donate to us. They can't raise no money on COVID. Democrats had a long, they just had just a long run of this getting money from different shit, impeachments, donations, voter rights, George Floyd bill, Green New Deal, Build Back Better plan, Black Lives Matter, Tifa. I mean, they was getting a long line, DEI, they was getting a long line of money for fighting Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, January 6th that, little kids this, little kids that, right? They was getting money from all we need to fight for this. Now they holding on like, man, we ain't got nothing else to fight for, right? The only thing we can try to hang our hat on is we know we can't win the fight, but we can get some money out of it. They know they're not going to win the fight by the Constitution. They know they're not going to win the fight by the voters. They know that they not going to win the fight by the law. So what they going to win the fight by? By the money. It's still lots of money in immigration. It's still lots of money in the transgender fight. Right? It's still money because you surround that shit, transgender rights, with black rights and immigrant rights and all that old shit. All of it become one cash cow because you can't love one without loving the other. You can't love the immigrants without loving transgenders. It just don't work. So now the transgenders mad. Them motherfuckers like, Donald Trump trying to end our shit. Let's go into, because there's a lot of shit to talk about in this video. So let's, no further ado, let's go into these psychos talking about Donald Trump trying to take our rights away. He trying to kill us. Let's go.
Period at 12, and just a few minutes ago, he has now claimed that there will only be the male and female gender that will be recognized in America.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
This sets back everything that the trans community has been working for.
President Trump's new executive order, among other things, directs federal agencies to require that all government-issued IDs, including passports, quote, accurately reflect the holder's sex.
And we have already not been recognized in this country for centuries.
It's a little much. I mean, you know, I just got my passport renewed like 3.
Wait, that bitch said we have not been recognized in this country for centuries. That's because you motherfuckers just came out. It wasn't no LBGT in the motherfucking Constitution or no shit like that. It wasn't people talking about, well, hey, I'm a whole different sex, right? When Eisenhower and all them was discovering evolution and all that shit, right? It wasn't no, well, what about us? This shit just came out. We've been forgot about for hundreds of years. Of course, because you motherfuckers just came out.
Passports, quote, accurately reflect the holder's sex.
And we have already not been recognized in this country for centuries.
It's a little much. I mean, you know, I just got my passport renewed like 3 days before he got in there.
If we remember, gay marriage became legal 10 years ago. We had just earned the right to change our gender on our passports and IDs.
It does feel different. It feels like we're in danger. It feels like we're under attack.
Just because I want to identify as a man does not mean I am trying to hurt you.
Trans Advocacy Madison provides a platform for the trans and non-binary community, but Price says now they feel the need to get more vocal, planning to have rallies soon.
And that means more vocal mean more violence. Even the transgenders on the left, they don't give a damn. They're with the violence if they're going to be heard, right? Because we saw them last time, they was getting guns and learning how to shoot and all kind of shit. So you better watch out for these transgenders and these damn marches and these damn vocal disagreements, because that shit can turn into violence.
In these next 4 years, you are going to hear the most intense anti-trans propaganda you have ever heard in your entire life.
I think it's
No, we not. We ain't gonna hear shit from you. It's already been settled. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. Case closed. What else are we gonna argue about? What else is there to talk about? We're not going. There's nothing like we need to demonize them more. We need to extinct them more. You're already a man or a woman. There's no other choice. What the hell is it? Case closed. You're gonna hear the most anti-trans propaganda. No, we not. We ain't gonna hear shit about you. It's over with. Either you're a boy or a girl.
It's a weird combination of trying to prepare for what he's trying to do while still understanding that we have strength and we have power in our community.
And they're going to strew it in a way that sounds extremely convincing.
Find out who the fuck your ass is. They don't play that shit. You're not a man or a woman. What the fuck are you? You can't go to no other country talking about you a damn question mark. Are you both of them or none of them? Or all three of them? What the fuck is all three of them? You can't do that. You make us look bad. Donald Trump said you're a man or a woman. You go to another motherfucking country with a passport, you're a man or a motherfucking woman if you're coming from the United States.
Says the idea that men can transition to women and vice versa is something all, quote, institutions of society should regard as false. Advocates say this rhetoric is harmful to transgender youth who are already under a lot of pressure.
Because it will fearmonger. It will fearmonger everyone's insecurities.
It can impact people's decisions about like what kind of study they're going to go into.
Please talk to your neighbors. Protect your trans community.
You know, are they going to be able to go into certain careers, you know, and are they going to be welcome there?
Stay in.
What careers? You can go in the same motherfucking careers as a transgender man as you can go as a transgender woman. It's the same qualifications, right? You can go to the same damn places and fill out a man as a woman, and you get the same damn job. You ain't gonna get hired at Kentucky Fried Chicken. They can say because you a man and you want to say you're a woman, but now all of a sudden you gotta say you're a man. Well, you're a man now. We can't hire you because you say you're a woman. No, they don't give a fuck. Can you do the job? Can you flip the burgers? Can you fry the chicken? Then we don't need to know what kind of we need what gender you want to be at home. All we need to know is what your ass is on the application. You're a man or a woman. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be at home.
Involved. And do not forget us, because history will try to erase us.
They should erase you, motherfuckers. They should erase you because you don't exist. You're a man or a woman. You damn right history should, because you motherfuckers wasn't in the history books to begin with. What do you mean, history? What history? I ain't hear none of you sons of bitches in the Bibles, in the history books, in the wars, and the civil wars. And I didn't hear nothing about none of you sons of bitches and slavery and all that shit. I didn't hear about no gay slave plantations. I didn't hear about no transgender slave plantations. I didn't hear about no transgenders getting shipped over here from different countries. None of that.
The executive order also directs federal agencies not to use funds to promote, quote, gender ideology.
Hey guys, everything feels really out of control and scary, and I'm really anxious.
Hopefully, we'll still, be able to use the same funding to help unhoused people. Not all of the unhoused people we help are transgender.
Elon Musk, did a Nazi salute for some reason. That's so scary.
Steve Starkey is the executive director. He says Outreach is doing research and consulting with lawyers about what the laws are, but says in the meantime,
we will want to continue supporting the transgender community in any way that we can.
The transgenders say it's Nazis and shit in the Republican Party, right? Beware, because it's Nazi. Elon Musk throwing up Nazi symbols and shit. So she's scared as hell because she thinks the Nazis is coming after her, right? She's scared. Look at them. They nervous.
And Donald Trump's the president, and that's so scary.
Jenner, I'll call him Caitlyn Jenner.
No,
because
it's
that's
her. You're not being polite to the pronouns.
Because
disrespectful.
And he basically admitted to voter fraud, but we're all just kind of glossing over that.
Okay, forget about the disrespect. Facts don't care about your feelings. It turns out that every chromosome, every cell in Caitlyn Jenner's body is male with the exception of some of his sperm cells.
Also, if you look up, this is random, if you look up right now in the search bar on TikTok, the Taylor Swift song, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, it's all, for me at least, I'll tell you, it's all, replaced with woman, ? What is about to happen? I have, such, impending doom and fear. And what is about to happen?
It turns out that his brain structure is male. It turns out that he still has all of his male appendages. How he feels on the inside is irrelevant to the question of his biological sex.
I don't agree with that. I'm not on that train. I'm not on that train. She wants to be called she. I'm going to call her she. I just have a problem with the message and the messenger.
So I'm just laughing because I'm scared. I don't. Why? I'm not understanding either why Elon Musk is involved. Isn't he not American? What is fucking going on?
Next, back to the brain scans.
They mad, right? They mad because Elon rich. They say he a Nazi. They say, remember, he wasn't a Nazi and all that when he was a liberal. We didn't vote for the Democratic Party. Y'all have Don Lemon coming on here calling them racist. Y'all have the Democrats trying to defund him, trying to defame him, wouldn't let him take over Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Try to do all kind of shit to him. Of course he gonna turn on y'all. What same motherfucker wasn't? Now all of a sudden, oh, he's Hitler. Oh, I don't know what to do. Why is Elon Musk up in here? But you wasn't saying nothing when he was a liberal. You had all these sons of bitches. But I like how Caitlyn Jenner, remember when she was insecure about her being a man and a woman and people having a problem with it. Remember Caitlyn Jenner, she grabbed that nigga Ben Shapiro by the neck like, if you say that again, I'm going to take you to the hospital. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. That's real womanly.
You cut that out now or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
Pass the baton.
That sounds madly appropriate for a political discussion. But for political discussion, let's talk about a political discussion, right? Let's talk about the Democrats, right? Purposely not answering questions about when Joe Biden, like Hakeem Jeffries, right? When he asked, hey, and it wasn't it your party that was hiding that Joe Biden was crazy as a motherfucker and shit like that, and y'all was telling us to vote for Joe Biden and stuff like that? Don't y'all owe America the apology? Instead of saying, you know what, our bad, you know what, I should have done more, you know what, I should have said more, you know what, I was wrong. The motherfucker will say, well, at the time, he was the best for the job, and he would have won and shit like. They still in denial. That's why the Democratic Party won't win shit for another couple of years. Them motherfuckers still in denial of the results. They still in denial of what the people want. They still in the denial of what the people need, right? Then when they all get caught up in a question they can't answer, they come up with the same catchphrase, right? They've been saying it for the last 5 years, last 6 years. Well, the Democratic Party, we want to talk about table issues. We want to talk about putting food, and we want to talk about this. We don't want. They always talk about this. We've been talking about it for the last 5 years, right? And you motherfuckers ain't heard us. Now all of a sudden, y'all we want to talk about the kitchen. We don't want to talk about Joe Biden. We want to talk about the American people now. You ain't been talking about us. You've been saying the economy was good, the economy was great. Joe Biden did this, Joe Biden done that. Now his ass out the office. We don't want to talk about him no more. We want to talk about the economy. Instead of saying we fucked up. Oh, that's why you sons of bitches never get in office again in the near future.
To a new generation of leadership, or do you think Joe Biden is the strongest candidate to defeat Donald Trump?
Do you regret your decision to run for re-election? Do you think that made it easier for your predecessor to now become your successor?
I don't think so. I think I would have beaten Trump, could have beaten Trump.
Well, Joe Biden is definitely the strongest candidate to defeat Donald Trump.
And I think that Kamala could have beaten Trump, and would have beaten Trump.
What do you say to Americans who believe you and other top Democrats misled them?
Lied. Motherfucker. Even Joe Biden lying right now. I could have beat Donald Trump, and Kamala could have beat Donald Trump. Well, you didn't and she didn't. You didn't beat him in the debate, and you wasn't beating him in the polls. You wasn't, and you damn sure wasn't beating him on policies. Right? So Kamala, and she had her chance. So if she could have, she would have, but she didn't. Huh? It ain't no shoulda, woulda, coulda. She didn't. She had her opportunity. She had more money than anybody in the motherfucking world, and she had enough time. Shoulda, woulda, coulda my ass. But Hakeem Jeffries, whoa, he was the best candidate at the time. Bullshit.
It wasn't about, I thought it was important to unify the party.
Well, Joe Biden was the incumbent president at the time. He was the candidate at the time. And I supported him at the time, and that was the right thing to do.
That was the right thing to do. For who? For your party? For the American people, right? It was right for the American people, or was it right for your party? That was the right thing to do. For who? To support Joe Biden for who?
Based on the incumbent president making the decision that he was going to run.
And when the party was worried about whether or not I was going to be able to move, I thought, even though I thought I could win again.
Obviously, things changed in late June and early July. But I think what's most important at this moment is not for us to look backward, but to look forward.
Don't talk about our fuck up. Don't talk about how we lied. Don't talk about how we deceived the people. We don't want to talk about that. Let's leave that in the background. Let's talk about moving forward. You know, damn the past. We can lie to you. Look, as long as y'all catch us in a lie, and how many times y'all catch us in a lie, all we got to do is say, let's move on from that. We don't give a fuck from yesterday. We don't give a fuck from last month, last year. You know what I'm saying? 2020. Let's move on from that, right? We want to move on from every single thing that has something to do with the Democrats, but you motherfucker can never move on from January 6th. Y'all can never move on from it. But everything else, Hunter Biden, the laptop, Joe Biden pardons, You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden senile, the lies, the transfer of power between Joe and Kamala, where the money went, you know what I'm saying? What y'all spent the money on, right? All the fraud shit, you know what I'm saying? All the people getting these pardons, right? Sweep all of that shit under the rug, and let's still talk about January 6th.
It's better to unify the party, and it was the greatest honor in my life to be President of the United States.
Solve problems for hard-working American taxpayers and get things done. That's what the American people want to happen. That's the message that I interpret from the November election, and that's the work that House Democrats are prepared to do.
They always prepared to do it, but it never get done.
To make sure we're improving the quality of life for working class Americans, not the wealthy, the well-off, or the well-connected.
So you saying fuck one, so you saying fuck everybody, we only want to concentrate on certain people, right? Like these other people, because they're wealthy, they're not Americans. Think about it. If you're wealthy, we don't even want to help you. We don't even care about you. We're not even gonna put no policies in for you, right? Because you're wealthy, I guess that's un-American, right? You're not in aligned with us and stuff like that. You're not compassionate, whatever the case may be. Where we're not working for them and them and them. We're working for these. What the hell did that what the hell did that mean? You never hear Donald Trump say, I'm only going to work for the rich and the wealthy. I'm only going to work for the middle class. I'm only going to work for the people who ain't got shit. Donald Trump said, I'm working for everybody, all Americans. No matter if you're this, no matter if you're poor, no matter if you're rich, I'm working for everybody. This motherfucker saying he only working for some of the people. Not the elite, not the rich.
To do to make sure we're improving the quality of life for working class Americans, not the wealthy, the well-off, or the well-connected.
We don't want to improve their life. We want to make theirs more miserable. We don't want to improve theirs. We're not even saying we're going to make your motherfucker's life as miserable as possible. We're going to try to hit you motherfuckers with fines and go in your motherfuckers' checking accounts and saving accounts. And we're going to try to make you motherfuckers pay extra taxes, pay your fair share. Because we don't give a fuck about you. We ain't trying to make your life easier at all because you're not American people.
But I didn't want to be one who caused a party that wasn't unified to lose an election.
Let me ask you this about
It's
January
amazing.
6th.
I wish you could be you have such potential.
Leader Jeffries, I guess just bottom line.
I guess he took that to heart, right? When he you used to have such potential. Remember he said that? I guess he's trying to ask the tough questions now. You have such potential. You know what, Donald Trump, you're right. I'm going to at least try to be a little bit more fair.
If you have such potential.
Leader Jeffries, I guess just bottom line, do you believe you had a responsibility to be more forthcoming about what you had seen behind closed doors as it relates to President Biden?
What I saw behind closed doors was a president who was working hard to get things done, to deliver for the American people on infrastructure, on driving down the highway.
All of them say the same shit, right? All of them say infrastructure, driving on, getting driving down healthcare prices on prescription drugs. All of them say the same old shit, but don't nobody feel none of the shit he's talking about.
High price of life-saving prescription drugs, on bringing domestic manufacturing jobs back home to the United States of America.
And that's why I stepped aside, but I was confident she could win.
It's important to understand that President Biden inherited 3 different catastrophes on day one: a democracy catastrophe, a public health catastrophe, and an economic catastrophe, all at the same time, and worked hard to put America in the strongest possible position moving forward.
If you could be just non-biased.
All right, let's talk about the Trump agenda. President-elect Trump's mass deportation operation is set to begin as early as Tuesday. Obviously, the details still being hammered out. He told me he plans to start by focusing on undocumented immigrants with criminal histories. Do you support the raids that are expected to take place this week in major cities?
We have a broken immigration system, and we certainly...
You know how to answer that. We have a broken immigration system. He can't even answer that shit.
We need to fix it, and fix it in a comprehensive and bipartisan manner. That should begin by making sure we secure the border. And House Democrats have made clear that we are ready, willing, and able to work with the incoming administration to get that done in a bipartisan manner. With respect to undocumented immigrants, what America needs is for the incoming administration to focus on violent felons, not breaking up families.
You hurt yourself so badly.
So you would support removing violent felons first in these raids that are expected in major cities across the country?
I support the current administration and the incoming administration doing what's necessary to ensure the safety and security of communities throughout the United States of America.
Can you imagine this nigga being president? Can you imagine President Hakeem Jeffries? Can you imagine this nigga Hakeem, a nigga named Hakeem Jeffries as president? Little bitty Barack Obama as president. Can you imagine this shit? Him running for president? Huh? Him, the leader of the Democratic Party, trying to do these old fake ass Obama lines and Obama cool and not. Can you imagine that? This is the best person they got because Gavin Newsom is gone.
And that obviously entails focusing on the removal of violent felons who threaten the well-being of the American people.
People really like what they're seeing, at least compared to where Donald Trump started 8 years ago, right? All right, this is Donald Trump's net approval rating. This is Reuters Ipsos. It's among adults. It was taken the first few days of this administration. Look here. Back in January 2017, Donald Trump became the first president in history to start his presidency with a net negative approval rating. Look at where we are now in January 2025, considerably better at plus 6 points. That's up 9 points. To borrow a Donald Trump phrase, this is big league. This is a sign that the American people, at least initially, like what they're seeing. And so you see right here.
Look, you see that? What up, Eugene? Philip Sims? What up with a backyard toy adventure? That sounds like some pornographic shit, right? But you see this? The American people like what they see so far. The only people who don't like it is the immigrants and the transgenders. The business people like it. The foreign leaders like it, right? People who want to end the war like it. Muslims, black, Hispanics, right? Everybody like it, but the transgenders and CNN and the Democrats. They don't like his pigs. They don't like all, but everybody else like it. He's the most popular he's ever been. And the only motherfuckers don't like it is the transgenders and the motherfucking Democrats who try to bring the immigrants in.
More Americans approve of Donald Trump's job than disapprove, and that is very much unlike what we saw 8 years ago.
So compare the rating now to the entire first term.
Yeah, so it's not just that he's doing better than where he was doing 8 years ago. It's that he's doing better than he ever did during his entire first administration. So I again look. He never
was over +3.
He was never over +3. The highest rating his highest ever net approval rating was +3 in March of.
Your choice of photo is quite.
He likes
amazing.
what he's seeing. He's smirking at the American media.
He just doesn't.
Huh? The motherfucker is more popular now than he's ever been, plus ×2. Right? He's more popular. It's hard to think that Donald Trump is more popular than he is right now, than he was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, right? At the beginning of 2000. But he's double the popularity. I didn't think he can get more popular. Fooled the shit out of me.
Doesn't like you.
Maybe not, although he should like these numbers and the way I'm presenting them. You look at January 2025, look at that. Again, you get +6. So Donald Trump isn't just in a better position than he was 8 years ago at this point. He's in a better position than he was at any point during his entire first term. Things have very much turned around. This is a very different Donald Trump. He's leading a very different administration, the way he's attacking things. And the American public is very much more in line with him than they were at any point during his entire first term.
Look, and that got to make these liberals who hate Donald Trump, it has to make them absolutely extremely mad that he's more popular and the people are more in line with what he's doing as far as immigration. You don't see people complaining. You don't see people holding marches, the black people holding marches talking about this is unfair and Donald Trump needs to stop this and that. You don't see none of that. He's more popular by more than double, triple. It's damn near impossible, right? So it has to make liberals more mad every time Donald Trump wins. Pete Hegseth, Pete Hegseth ain't gonna never get in. They won, huh? He ain't gonna get none of them people in. He done got damn near everybody in, except Matt Gaetz. Everybody else been passing. Everybody else been getting in. Rubio passed unanimously 100 to 1, 100 to nothing, 99 to nothing. Right? All his picks are getting in. They're trying to grill him and shit like that, but they're like, hey, we can't, what we gonna do? We gotta let it pass. We gotta let it go. Huh? They give him through. He's the most popular person on the face of the earth, and the people loving his direction. They love what he's doing with the fight. They love what he's doing with everything. They love their president. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and they love it.
Well, I would say, correction, this is not a very different Donald Trump. This is a very different Donald Trump as being viewed by voters in this
In the
moment.
way he's going about things with Susan Wiles leading things, I think he is, going at things in a much less disorganized fashion, much more organized.
Take me back in history.
Take you back in history. So it was so interesting to me that Donald Trump's first net approval rating of his second term is higher than his entire first term. And I was interested, has that ever happened? Has the second term net approval rating in the first month, have you ever had a higher rating than any net approval rating during the entire first term? Donald Trump is the only—
I have a really hard time believing this.
This is 100% true. I went back. I love spreadsheets. Donald Trump's is the first guy ever whose net approval rating in the first month of his second term is higher than any rating that he had as an entire first term, Kate Baldwin. This is true.
So he not even, look how many records Donald Trump breaking as far as voting and percentages and genres and historical land. I mean, he's breaking records every motherfucking second of the day. With it, and the Democrats gotta hate it because guess what? If Donald Trump keep on doing the job, people are not going back to the Democratic Party because they still on immigration and transgenders.
I don't make stuff up. The numbers are the numbers.
I believe you in nothing except when you have it in the wall.
What I would say—
Okay, let's get into another one that Donald Trump picks, Robert F. Kennedy, who got silenced and blackballed and all that by the Democratic Party, right? But Donald Trump reached out to him on the they say Donald Trump don't reach out, and he reached out to a couple of Democrats, Tulsi Gabbard, is Robert F. Kennedy, right? He reached out to him and said, hey man, cross the aisle, come on, I can work with y'all because y'all are with what? Y'all with law, y'all with order, y'all love the country. I can work with y'all. Fuck what the Democrats say. I got y'all back. I know what they gonna done to y'all because y'all was so outspoken in that, right? But they tried to silence Robert F. Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard on Twitter, on all these social platforms and stuff like that, when they were speaking the truth about the vaccine, about war, and about all that shit. What they tried to do, silence them and say they war criminals and they traitors and they this and they that. All of that because they had a difference in opinion. Remember what Tulsi Gabbard done to Miss Kamala Harris? They still ain't forgave her for that. How she destroyed Kamala Harris' total credibility. Right? Live on the debate. They still ain't. That was one of the most powerful moments in the debate. Destroyed her. But now they're trying to go after Robert F. Kennedy. They're like, well, he's a psycho. He's about this. He's about killing kids. He's about black people and this and stuff like. Nah. He finna get some true stats. Let's go, Robert F. Kennedy.
Is that
the founders of and the framers of our Constitution knew that democracy was a very inefficient system, and it had all of these built-in inefficiencies and difficulties. They said that they felt that it would give us the one thing that would give us an advantage over totalitarian systems was this capacity for the free flow of information and a complete lack of control of debate, so that ideas that would eventually mature into policies would be annealed in a furnace of debate and then rise through the marketplace of ideas rather than being dictated from above. And that's what would give the energy, the vibrancy, the vigor to democracy. When they invented this democracy, we were the first one in the modern era in 1780. By 1865, 5 other nations had imitated us. Today, it's 190 nations based upon our system. We are supposed to be the exemplary democracy, and the corner foundation stone of our system is freedom of speech. All of the other freedoms depend on it. If we lose that, not only do we lose our democracy in this country, but the entire world loses us as an example.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better.
Woo! Huh? If we lose our freedom of speech, if we lose our democracy, which they tried to silence Robert F. Kennedy with, right? On his Twitter, about his thoughts, about his theories and stuff like that, what they tried to make him sound crazy, right? If we lose that, we lose our democracy. That was powerful. Let's get into the more powerful Robert F. Kennedy information.
Can you talk about the censorship, the effort of the White House and pharma to suppress the acknowledgement of natural immunity and why they might have been doing that?
Well, again, there was an effort to suppress information, not in fact, if you read the Twitter files and the email correspondence between Facebook and the White House, there was an acknowledgement that they were being asked and they were complying with censoring information that everybody knew to be true or highly likely to be true. The purpose, and in fact, the term misinformation did not denote falsehood or veracity. Rather, it was a euphemism for any information that departed from government orthodoxies. And it is very dangerous. And, the congressman a minute ago said 1 million people have died because of misinformation about vaccines in this country. But in fact, our country had had one of the highest vaccination rates in the world and the worst health outcomes. We have 4.2% of the global population. We had 16% of the COVID deaths. Blacks in Haiti with a 1% vaccination rate were dying at a rate of 15 per million population. And same in Nigeria, had a 1.3 vaccination rate. They were dying at 1 in 14 per million population, 14 per million population. In our country, blacks were dying at 3,000 per million population, 200 times the death rates in other countries. And
nobody said nothing about it, right? Nobody said, why is people in Africa, in Zimbabwe, and some of the third world countries, some of the black people with the same genetic background and same genetic structure, why is they getting sicker in America than these third world countries, and by over 200%? So when Kennedy said we need to look at this, we need to see why, and we're not saying it's going after black people, we need to see why it's a difference between why it's killing more black people over here than it's killing black people over there. You don't think that's a study we should research? And like what they say, Kennedy say he's killing black people and the COVID is going after black people. No. I said, look at the numbers. It's Zimbabwe is one out of every, and they got a 1% vaccine rate. Over here, we definitely got a 35-40% vaccine rate amongst black people, and they're over here dying at the numbers way higher than the ones over there in Zimbabwe. How did that work? Kennedy was
million population and vaccination rate, COVID deaths, the global population. We had 16% of the COVID deaths. Blacks in Haiti with a 1% vaccination rate We're dying at a rate of 15 per million population. And
that's in Hades. That's in Hades. You know they got some damn pre-existing conditions. That's in Hades.
Vaccination rate, we're dying at a rate of 15 per million population. And same in Nigeria, had a 1.3 vaccination rate. They were dying at 1 in 14 per million population, 14 per million population. In our country, blacks were dying at 3,000 per million population, 200 times the death rates in other countries. And this holds throughout the world. We needed information. We should have all been sharing information openly and talking to the 15 million doctors through the internet who are treating patients on the front line all over the world and channeling the best therapies, the most successful treatments, so that we can all figure it out. This is not a time in a pandemic I'll just say this one thing. Trusting the experts is not a function of science. It's not a function of democracy. It's a function of religion and totalitarianism. And
Trust in the science. Trust in the expert. What expert? Our experts, right? We don't need to debate our experts. We don't need to discuss our experts, right? Trust in our experts, right? They are the experts. Why? Because we said they so. We don't need to name them. We don't need to tell you who they are. They don't need to come out and explain themselves. We're going to explain for them because that's what they told us. Our experts told us this. Believe in it. He said that's totalitarianism. You're telling us to believe what you say without debate because you are right. Fall in line.
The experts. I'll just say this one thing. Trusting the experts is not a function of science. It's not a function of democracy. It's a function of religion and totalitarianism, and it does not make for a healthier population.
Let me ask you this. You referenced your father and your uncle and the party that they were in. What has happened to your party with respect to the First Amendment? Would they recognize the position now?
I think, listen, I'm a Democrat, and I believe in if you went through a checklist of all of the things that my father believed in, that he fought for, that my uncle believed in and fought for, I would check every box. I feel my party has departed from some of those core values. And one of the reasons that I want to run for president is to reclaim my party for those. But it's got to, listen, this is not a partisan issue. The First Amendment, it just seems crazy to me that anybody thinks that it's okay to censor. And there's a lot of information that I don't like. There's hateful information. But as the chairman was saying, in 1977, the ACLU went out and supported Nazis who were walking through a Jewish neighborhood in Skokie, Illinois. And they said, that's important. We hate what they're saying. We're repulsed by it. But we cannot survive as a democracy if we are not ready to die for the right for even people who are appalling to speak. The democracy won't work. Unfortunately, there's no other way to control it but through the First Amendment and free speech.
Amen. And thank you for those comments.
Look. This bitch right here don't want Robert F. Kennedy to say nothing else. Right here, I want him to say nothing else. Because right before this, somebody accused Robert F. Kennedy of doing all kind of shit, and he didn't get a chance to respond. You know how they say, well, this is my time. You know what I'm saying? And it was a female, I forgot her name. It's my time, and you can't talk over my time, but you're this, and you're that, and you're this, and you're that, and you're this. He's like, well, let me explain. Well, no, it's my time. Can I get my time back and shit like that? So when he'll finish, try to explain something, they're like, well, cut him off. No, right? And all this old shit. But he'll finish explain something else, but he went ahead and said something more simple. But they wouldn't let him talk for shit. Watch this.
Testimony and the work you've done and how important this is for the country. I mean, if we don't have a First Amendment, it's just, I'm frightened by where we go.
May I, Mr. Chairman?
You may not. You may not.
I just want to respond.
Mr. Chair.
I don't
Your time
think,
is out. We're done.
I haven't adjourned the hearing, and I don't think you're the chairman.
wanna-
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair,
Chairman's discretion.
I
We're gonna
know
let
it's
Mr.
your
Kennedy-
discretion,
We're going to let
but
Mr. Kennedy.
he has had so much additional time.
Well, I think everyone's had
Why?
additional time.
No,
and we're gonna
why?
get-
Why are you doing that specifically
Because-
for him?
Because
I
we
just
don't.
want to
opposed to other
explain.
people?
I'm sure the
The
witness.
super PAC.
I'm sure the
On
Democratic
other
witness will be
places.
as short as he possibly can.
No. Are you going to allow our witness to just give another piece?
No,
of
let him
what-
address
I
the
wanna
defamatory
acknowledge-
comment that was made
Address-
about him that's untrue.
That was not defamatory. That is a legal definition that was not met.
Consumers are going to see lower prices.
They would not let him talk for nothing in the world, right? Now let's get on to how this now some of these, I don't know about some of these reporters, right? Or the questions they ask, but some of them are so stupid and obvious. You be like, I know you didn't just ask that question, that like as a reporter, right? As somebody who get paid to do this, I know that wasn't the best question you could ask or the best thing you can come up with as far as a timetable, right? Just look at the pressure she's trying to put on the Trump administration in less than a week. Look at the pressure.
At the pump and at the grocery store, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
And while we've done a whole lot, we can't undo all of the damage of Joe Biden's presidency
Well, there are a
in
lot of
4
things
days.
that contributed to higher energy prices, and there was record oil and gas production.
Yes, Joe Biden
But
did
the price
many,
of
many
eggs,
terrible
the
things
things that
to
people
lead to an
see-
increase in prices. I agree, Margaret.
No, but all the things you experience at the grocery store are what people touch and feel. That's what you were talking about, bacon on the campaign trail.
Of course, of course.
Those things, when do consumers actually get to touch and feel a difference in their lives?
Super Bowl Sunday.
Look, remember, they didn't ask Joe Biden about none of the snackflation shit, right? But she's asking J.D. Vance, and this interview was 2 days ago, 4 days into the administration, when are Americans going to start feeling the price? When is American going to start? She had 4 years to ask Joe Biden and Kamala Harris the same question, right? But she asked J.D. Vance this 4 days after they won. She didn't ask Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and none of them motherfuckers Democrats for 4 years. She didn't get it. Well, when is gas prices going to drop? When is snackflation going to drop? When is bacon going to drop? When is ham going to drop? When is eggs going to drop? She didn't say that one time. But as soon as this nigga get into the office, it's the first interview, right? One of the first questions, when is the eggs going to go down? Like, what the fuck? Bitch, can we get into office first? I haven't even moved my shit in yet. Are you talking about the price of eggs and shit? Look at all the shit we already did. You think the price of eggs going to drop as soon as Donald Trump get in office? Well, we're going to drop the eggs right now. Price drop right now. Bitch, give us time. I can see you ask this question in 3 months. Bitch, you ain't asked this. You asked this question in 3 days.
Feel that's what
I agree, Margaret.
no, but all the things you experience at the grocery store are what people touch and feel. That's what you were talking about, bacon on the campaign trail.
Of course, of course.
Those things, when do consumers actually get to touch and feel a difference in their lives?
Super Bowl Sunday. If you're anything like me, you like to be surrounded by a snack or two while watching the big game.
Well, it won't be the Eagles versus the Chiefs, bitch, because the prices are still high. It won't be this Super Bowl because this Super Bowl still belongs to Joe Biden. We're only 2 weeks in. Joe Biden inflation, stagflation law is still in effect. Donald Trump can't end stagflation before the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. I'm sorry.
Well, Margaret, how does bacon get to the grocery store? It comes on trucks that are fueled by diesel fuel. If the diesel's way too expensive, the bacon's going to become more expensive. How do we grow the bacon? Our farmers need energy to produce it. So if we lower energy prices, we are going to see lower prices for consumers, and that is what we're trying to fight for.
You know, when buying snacks for the game, you might have noticed one thing. Sports drinks bottles are smaller. A bag of chips has fewer chips, but they're still charging it just as much.
Well, the flurry of executive orders, most of them weren't about the economy. Many of them
were, though, Margaret. We had, I think we've
That bitch said most of them wasn't about the economy. Wait a minute, bitch. Was all of them supposed to be about the economy? She said he signed executive orders and most of them wasn't about the economy. And she tried to move on. He's like, wait a minute, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to run that over and talk about most of them. He signed a lot of executive orders, and most of them wasn't about the economy. You got to be shitting me. Oh, my God.
Still charging it just as much.
Well, the flurry of executive orders, most of them weren't about the economy. Many of them
were, though, Margaret. We had, I think we've
a
taken
promise
over
of tariffs by February 1st.
We've taken over 200 executive actions, some executive orders, other executive actions. Again, this is in less than a week, and a lot of them were focused on the economy, bringing investment into our country and lowering energy prices. We've also focused on safety, restoring public safety.
I think them legislations and I think them orders would be kind of important too, right? Because that's what the American people voted for. They didn't just vote for the price of bacon to go down. They voted for their neighborhoods to be safer from immigrant killers and regular killers and guns and dope and drugs and all that shit. So we can't put it all on the economy. You got to put some of it on safety, bitch.
Ending weaponization of the Department of Justice. We've done a lot. And I think the president is to be commended for actually coming in and doing something with this incredible mandate the American people gave him. He's not sitting in the Oval Office doing nothing. He's doing the American people's business. And I think they're going to see a lot of good effects from it.
Well, a lot of these announcements have yet to take effect.
There's an ice cream.
The bitch said a lot of these announcements have yet to take effect. Well, a lot of these announcements of the price of bacon is going down and all this energy shit, it has yet to take effect. Wait a minute, bitch. Joe Biden had 4 years. 4 fucking years. And you'd ask him, when is this going into effect? For 4 years. This nigga been in office less than 48 hours. When is all this shit gonna happen?
A lot of these announcements have yet to take effect.
And as an ice cream lover, what makes me the most angry is that ice cream cartons have actually shrunk in size, but not in price. I've had enough of what they call shrinkflation. It's a ripoff. Some companies are trying to pull a fast one by shrinking the products little by little and hoping you won't notice. Give me a break. The American public is tired of being played for suckers. I'm calling on companies to put a stop to this. Let's make sure businesses do the right thing now.
Sure. The president did say he wants to do something with an executive order in relation to federal emergency response. He said he may reform or eliminate FEMA. Instead of sending emergency responders, he may start to send a percent.
Look, he said, why was Donald Trump gonna do? He said, look, man, we're gonna have to give motherfuckers the money straight up. Get the money to the people like we was doing when the COVID shit. Get the money to the people. Fuck all that and put my name on the check and we can give it to them. We can surpass FEMA. Donald Trump a real motherfucker. Look, he's like the people can do the shit they self.
Eliminate FEMA. Instead of sending emergency responders, he may start to send a percentage of money to states to take care of themselves. But, you know, FEMA has specialized expertise that some of these states just don't have.
Margaret,
in their arsenal. And
I wish
how
that they...
will states who are lower income states, the Mississippis, the Kentuckys, the Alabamas, be able to do this for themselves without federal help?
Fast as we can, but we want you to be safe. We want you to be back in your homes immediately.
Well, the president, to be clear, is not saying we're going to leave anybody behind. He's saying that in the way that we administer these resources, some of which is coming from the federal level, some of which is coming from the state level, we've got to get the bureaucrats out of the way and get the aid to the people who need it most.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't
Yes,
cost
and
a
they
lot.
can.
You should
Donald Trump, he with the business. We want to get the money to the people who deserve it in their hands. You know what I'm saying? They can do what they sell. Donald Trump like, man, but the people can do what they sell. Fuck what you talking about. Fuck all that bureaucracy and red tape and regulations and shit. Get this shit out the way. Let the people go clean their shit themselves. Get them the money. Like J.D. Vance saying.
Just coming from the state level, we've got to get the bureaucrats out of the way and get the aid to the people who need it most.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't
Yes,
cost
and
a
they
lot.
can.
You
And
should
they are
let them
able
do
to-
it because
No,
by the
they
time you
can do
hire
that.
contractors, it's
Right.
going to be 2 years.
But these are
Let's
the
be
first
honest, Margaret,
responders.
you talk about the expertise from FEMA. FEMA in North Carolina, in California, in Florida with some of the hurricanes has often been a disaster. And it's not because we don't have good people at FEMA. It's because bureaucratic red tape and garbage prevents the rapid deployment of resources
But
to
the
the people who need
states
it
are
most.
now going to have to do this themselves.
If a family.
People are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it up.
Donald Trump say, why not? Donald Trump say, why not? If the people want to do it themselves, yes, why not? Huh? Get the red tape out the way. Let them people go back to rebuilding their shit. You see Karen Bass, she's stuck. She don't know what to say. But they can't do it. That's bullshit. Donald Trump is not speaking for the politician. He's speaking for the people. This is what the people is saying. He's not speaking for the politicians. He's speaking to the politicians for the people. That's what they elected him for. That's what they elected the leader for. This wouldn't have been Joe Biden. Joe Biden, well, we're going to get the funds out and everything, and we're going to give her everything she needs, and we're not going to stop. The same speech he say on every disaster. We're going to make sure they have everything. The federal government is going to stick by. We're going to be here till the business. He'd have said all that. Donald Trump like, man, let's get this shit started with. Let's get it over with. Huh? The people can do it themselves. What do you think the people can do it themselves? Yes, bitch, they can.
Bureaucratic red tape and garbage prevents the rapid deployment of resources
But
to the
the
people who need
states
it
are
most.
now going to have to do this themselves.
If a family.
People are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can.
There's
do
not that much left. It's all incinerated.
The president is trying to encourage us to reform the way that we deliver emergency response in a way that gets resources
So
to
don't
people
take
who
him
need
literally.
it. No,
is what you're saying.
We should take the president at his word that FEMA needs desperate reform.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours.
That nigga said, I know my people. That guy right there. I know my people. Y'all gonna take too long. My people right there, he gonna throw his shit away right now. I know my people. Ain't you gonna do it? He like, hell yeah. He in LA. Like, I know my people. That's my people right there. Right? Huh? That's my people. I know my people. He ready.
We should take the president at his word that FEMA needs desperate reform.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours.
Because it does. Margaret, when I went to North Carolina as VP-elect, but before we were sworn in, people would talk about how FEMA would get resources, food, medicine, water to a warehouse, but then would have no plan to get it from the warehouse to the people in the mountains who were literally starving and thirsting to death.
Mm-hmm.
We can do so much better, and under Donald Trump's leadership, we will.
And that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract
If
that's going to
individuals
charge him
want to build-
$25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
But they were.
Bitch, I'm doing mine. I'm exercising my emergency powers. Bitch, you got the same powers. Stop lying to the people. You can do the same thing. Let the people do their shit. Huh? Donald Trump is talking for the people, not to the people like the Democrats. He's talking. You don't think how many people in LA you think want to say what Donald Trump has said right now to the mayor? How many people houses burned down? How many people want to rebuild it and get back to doing starting their life over? How many people you think want to say that to Mayor Karen Bass right now what Donald Trump just said to her? Huh? Probably all of them.
We will.
And that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract
If
that's going to
individuals
charge him
want to build-
$25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
But they work with the state and local officials.
They often
So
don't work
now
well
it's
enough. And again, that's
going to
not
be on the
because
state
of
and local officials?
the FEMA management officials don't work well enough with state and local officials to get resources to the people who need it.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked,
signed
I
an
mean, you have a
emergency
very powerful
declaration.
emergency power, and you
Yes.
can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, you hear her? Yes. She's like, I am using them. He's like, no, bitch, you're not using them. He just checked the shit out of Karen Bass. You have all these damn powers. You can do this shit in 24 hours. He shut her up. She's like, yes. She's like, at first she was trying to lie. Like, I do use them. And I know you, bitch, you can do it in 24 hours. Yes. Watch this. He checked her.
Resources to the people who need it.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked,
signed
I
an
mean, you have a
emergency
very powerful
declaration.
emergency power, and you
Yes.
can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can.
We should expect, and this is, I think, one of the fundamental premises of President Trump's leadership.
Yes. Yes. And if you have all these, I did exercise my executive power. No, you didn't, bitch. You can have this shit done in 24 hours. Well, the people want to go do their stuff, and they can. Donald Trump, like, hell no, bitch. You finna say, hell no, bitch. That's a lie. I gonna translate for Donald Trump, but he gonna say, hell no, bitch. That's a lie. They can't do it. Because you got all these regulations up. Stop lying to them.
The American people should expect more of their government. When there's a terrible disaster, they should expect food, medicine, and water to get to the people who need it.
Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go.
The people speaking up. Like, bitch, stop lying to us. And we can't go back. Oh, yes, but you will be able to go back. Bitch, you just said we can go back just now. Stop lying to us.
Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
You just said they can go back. Donald Trump said you got emergency powers to do this shit 24 hours. Then the people just ask you when they go back to that shit. You're like, I think in a week. You can't get no better. I think in a week. Bitch, look at Donald Trump like, bitch.
That's a long time a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want.
Donald Trump couldn't take that shit. She's like, I don't know, a week? You're like, yeah, bitch, that's too long. A week. That's too long. You got these emergency powers, use it. I don't know. When can we go back to our house? She just said, look, everybody can go back there if they want to. They're like, well, okay, bitch, when we can go back to our house? I don't know. And pretty soon, when? I don't know, a week? I'm doing like, man, bitch, please.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important
week
thing
is
is
a
for
long
people to
time.
be safe.
When there's a terrible
Yeah, we want people to be safe. We want people to be safe, right? We fuck them sleeping on the concrete. They can't rebuild. We want them to be safe. What's dangerous about it now?
fire in California, the fire hydrants ought to actually turn on. I am sick of the American people having such low expectations for their government. They should demand more of us because this is the greatest country in the world, and that's what Donald Trump's leadership promises to bring back.
So still count on the federal government, but watch that space.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing. And I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them. Everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
Last night.
And that was last night.
So But I mean, Donald Trump talked to the people. You said 18 months. You said 18 months. A permit to build a house with all the regulations, especially inside of California, is going to take that long, right? To get the permit, the siting, and all those shit. It's going to take 13 months, right? To clear it and do all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 18 months, we can start rebuilding again. Huh? Donald Trump is speaking for the people. Why the mayor is sitting up there lying? Oh, it's going to be about a week. Well, the people out here said 18 months. That's what they've been telling them, 18 months. Now you're going to keep on lying? That's what the president does, damn it. Let's go, Donald Trump.
On that.
Let me ask you about another area that you campaigned on quite a lot, and there was a flurry of activity on, and that has to do with immigration.
Sure.
The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops this week condemned some of the executive orders signed by President Trump, specifically those allowing immigration and customs enforcement to enter churches and to enter schools.
Churches and schools, right? They said that immigration, ICE entered a school on the west side or the east side or the south side or the north side or one of them sides of Chicago, right? Where the immigrants is like, or the Hispanic school is like 90%, right? They said the immigrants came and knocked on the door like, hey, let us in. ICE agents like, let us in. We need to check out the immigrant kids and see who up in here illegally and lock up these little kids, right? It's like, you know, and the teacher's like, oh, the ICE agents came to our door and they knocked on the door and they was asking for our kids and we locked them out. We didn't let them in and we was well prepared and all this old stuff. And they're not going to come here and scare our kids. And we're going to fight for this and we're going to fight for that. And they can't come to our schools. That's racist. All right? We're not gonna let ICE agents and Donald Trump and all this shit come to our schools. This is all over the news. ICE agents knocking on the school. Then they found out that it wasn't ICE agents. So you mean to tell me you went on national TV and lied and said the ICE agent showed you their badge, showed you their credentials, and said they was ICE agents, right? And they wanted to enter the school. But it all turned out to be a lie. They got on TV and lie. It wasn't no damn ICE agents entering no damn school. If anybody heard of that story about ICE agents supposed to be entering a damn school, it didn't happen. Let's go.
Immigration and customs enforcement to enter churches and to enter schools.
Chicago Public Schools now call the chaos and confusion over an immigration scare at an elementary school a misunderstanding.
They are defending school staff for denying access to the Secret Service, not ICE agents.
Do you personally support the idea of conducting a raid or enforcement action in a church service, at a school?
This all happened at Hamline Elementary School in Back of the Yards. Our Charlie DeMar has been pushing for answers all day and is live at CPS headquarters for us with what he found out tonight. Charlie?
Joe and Erica, good evening. Again, to be clear, ICE was never at this elementary school. Late today, the U.S. Secret Service says they were at the school and that their agents clearly identified themselves. Despite all of this confusion, CPS says that their staff's response demonstrates that they are prepared.
Well, let me.
Whoa, they are prepared to block out ICE agents. Even though it's a false alarm and it wasn't ICE agents, we're not letting no agents in school.
Let me address this. Of course, if you have a person who is convicted of a violent crime, whether they're an illegal immigrant or a non-illegal immigrant, you have to go and get that person to protect the public safety. That's not unique to immigration.
Chicago public school administrators and high-level school staff stoked fears Friday in the Back of the Yards community after they inaccurately stated that ICE agents attempted to enter Hamline Elementary School. The student body is more than 90% Hispanic.
But let me just address this particular issue, Margaret, because as a practicing Catholic, I was actually heartbroken by that statement. And I think that the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops needs to actually look in the mirror a little bit and recognize that when they receive over $100 million to help resettle illegal immigrants, are they worried about humanitarian concerns or are they actually worried about their bottom line?
They're worried about their bottom line. They're worried about the dollar. That's why they don't know what none of these damn kids at. They in They got address to storage containers, empty lots, vacant houses. You know what I'm saying? Damn 7-Eleven stores and shit. But you never hear the church saying, well, where these kids at and, and why they going these addresses and we need to track them down. None of that. None of that. But as soon as they talk about some other stuff, here they come. Here come the priests and the churches and all that other stuff. Don't raid the house of the Lord and don't raid the schools and all this other stuff. Well, that's just like over there in ISIS when they be hiding the little damn weapons and stuff inside school. Like, don't shoot our schools, even though we're shooting missiles out the motherfucker, right? Don't raid our churches and our schools, even though we hide immigrants in the motherfucker.
We are going to enforce immigration law. We're going to protect the American people.
Yeah.
Donald Trump promised to do that. And I believe the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, if they're worried about the humanitarian costs of immigration enforcement, let them talk about the children who have been sex trafficked because of the wide open border of Joe Biden.
At approximately 11:15 a.m., we did have ICE agents come to our school building.
ICE flat out denied the claims. CPS CEO Pedro Martinez went on MSNBC and echoed the false claims.
And presented credentials that and shared that they were from ICE.
But those
They went on there and shared the lie. They showed their credentials and they was ICE agents. It was a lie. Democrats are lying motherfuckers. They get on news and have people believe them. They got their professors in these schools. You know what I'm saying? They got their principals and all kind of shit. Them motherfuckers will stick with a lie all the way down to the bottom of the food chain.
And presented credentials and shared that they were from ICE.
But those credentials weren't from ICE agents. They were from the Secret Service.
You
Let
personally
them talk
support them
about
going into
people
schools
like Laken
and
Riley
churches.
who were brutally murdered. I support us doing law enforcement against violent criminals, whether they're illegal immigrants or anybody else, in a way that keeps us safe. Let me ask this question, Margaret. Let's separate the immigration issue. If you had a violent murderer in a school, of course I want law enforcement to go and get that person out.
Of course.
So what's the point of the question?
So why is you asking a stupid ass question? If you said if it's a violent person inside of a school, right, just because they're in the school, we shouldn't go after them? Is that what you said? No, I'm not saying that. Well, what the fuck is you asking me the question for? This is a stupid ass question. Ask me, am I okay with ICE agents going to school? Yes, if it's criminals in the school. It's not a damn home base or a damn embassy or some shit for rapists or murderers and immigrants. Oh, I'm inside of school. You can't arrest me. Even though I just molested some kids.
The agency saying in a statement, agents identified themselves to the school principal and provided business cards with their contact information. The agents left without incident.
You changed the regulation this week. That's the point of the question.
Exactly.
Giving the authority to go into churches and go into schools.
The Secret Service investigates all threats made against those we protect. We do not investigate nor enforce immigration laws. Sources say Secret Service was investigating an online threat made by a Hamline student made against President Trump following the TikTok ban.
Well, Donald Trump was fighting to get TikTok alive. So the little kid threatened to do something to Donald Trump. They came to the house to see what was the school to see what was going on, and they accused these motherfuckers of being ICE agents. You can't get no better than that.
Empowered law enforcement to enforce
But
the
that
law
also
everywhere
has
to
a
protect
knock-on
Americans.
effect, a chilling effect, arguably, to people to not send their kids to school.
I desperately hope it has a chilling effect on
churches.
illegal
You think
immigrants
the
coming
US
into our
Conference
country.
Learning that the Trump administration has begun flying some of those taken into custody out of the U.S. The White House press secretary sharing these photos on social media showing migrants boarding military planes. This first flight took off from Biggs Army Airfield in El Paso, Texas, headed for Guatemala.
And that's what America voted for. Yeah, you can say it's racist. You can say it's un-American. You can say it's inhumane, right? But this is exactly what America voted for. 70% of America wanted this exact same thing to happen.
Catholic bishops is are actively hiding criminals from
I think the U.S.
law
Conference of Catholic Bishops has frankly not been a good partner in common sense immigration enforcement that the American people voted for. And I hope, again, as a devout Catholic, that they'll do better.
Here in our area, federal immigration agents raided a fish market in Newark, New Jersey, detaining several workers.
I know ICE is doing a whole lot better. I know that. I don't know if the Catholic Church is doing better. What the old girl said something about immigrants and all this old shit. But I know, I should have put that shit up in here. But I know ICE agents is doing better.
There are 5 legal challenges already to one of the other immigration actions, the order on birthright citizenship. A federal judge appointed by Ronald Reagan, I think you'd agree, has some conservative credentials, paused the order to end birthright citizenship, calling it blatantly unconstitutional. How do you reconcile this challenge to the 14th Amendment to the Constitution?
And we're learning more details tonight about what went down. Stephanie Bertini joins us live from Newark with the very latest. Steph, what can you tell us?
So we're hearing ICE agents went into the fish place yesterday, took pictures of people, took their fingerprints, took pictures of their faces. ICE is calling it targeted enforcement.
So
right? That means the ICE agents knew what was there. If they was targeting the place, that means it wasn't no, oh, we guessing, we assume, or we just gonna go up here and try. No, it was targeted. Don't you know, look, why you think all these ICE agents is getting all these arrests? You don't think they been knew what these sons of bitches was? They couldn't do their job. This is not something that's new. This is not something that Donald Trump made up. This is Donald Trump enforcing the law. And you don't see no Americans complaining. You don't hear no Americans talking about impeach Donald Trump. You don't hear no protests. You don't see no rallies. You don't hear nothing. You don't hear black people talking about Donald Trump racist. The only people you hear is the liberals and the damn immigrants.
I obviously disagree with that judge, and these things, some of them will be litigated. That's the nature of our constitutional system. But here's the basic idea of President Trump's view on this. If you are a lawful permanent resident or a legal immigrant who plans to stay, your children, of course, should become American citizens. But let's say you're the child of an ambassador. You don't become.
But that's not part of it.
Well, that
There's
is
already a carve-out
an
having to do
important
with kids of
principle.
diplomats.
But we're saying that carve-out should apply to anybody who doesn't plan to stay here. If you come here on vacation and you have a baby in an American hospital, that baby doesn't become an American citizen. If you're an illegal alien and you come here temporarily, hopefully, your child does not become an American citizen by virtue of just having been born on American soil.
That makes perfect sense to me. You can't just come over here and say, look, I'm not planning on staying over here, right? I just come over here to drop this baby off, you know what I'm saying, and go back to Mexico and leave the baby over here, you know what I'm saying, to get some citizenship and all the American rights, even though I don't, as a parent, don't plan on staying in America, right? But this baby was born here, so he can stay in America. He got the birth certificate, got all that old stuff. I can come and visit him with it. I can even go back to Mexico. I can sell the baby, do whatever the hell I want to. Just drop the baby off. Come and drop the baby off. The baby American citizen now. Now I can come over and say, hey, my baby, my baby, my baby. I'm American citizen. Tell my baby grown. He working as a dreamer. now I can come over there and I can get citizenship because my baby a dreamer. I went over there and I dropped my baby off over there 20 years ago and he got citizenship. You know what I'm saying? He went through the foster system and stayed with my uncle and my cousin. They raised him, my sisters, whatever raised him, and now he's grown and I want citizenship. He's a dreamer. I'm not from there, but he is. You just come over here just dropping off babies. Come on, man. Come on, I'm gonna come over there, Maria. I'm gonna drop off the baby. I'm gonna have a baby, right? And I'm gonna you can have her. You know, so I'll sign her over to you. You raise her. I come back in 18 years, and I'm all of a sudden a dreamer mama. This shit go.
It's a very basic principle in American immigration law that if you want to become an American citizen and you've done it the right way, and the American people and their collective wisdom have welcomed you into our national community, then you become a citizen. But temporary residents, people who come in here, whether legally or illegally, and don't plan to stay, their children should become American citizens. I don't know any country that does that or why we would be different.
This surveillance video appears to show federal agents escorting a man outside the Ocean Seafood Depot in Newark. They stop near an SUV for a short time. It's unclear if they're searching him or cuffing him. Next, you can see he's put into the back of the vehicle. The video offers a look at a federal operation at this Newark fish market. Several workers were taken into custody.
Oh, well, this is a country founded by immigrants.
Well, this is a country founded
unique
by
country.
This is a very unique country, and it was founded by some immigrants and some settlers. But just because we were founded by immigrants doesn't mean that 240 years later that we have to have the dumbest immigration policy in the world. No country says that temporary visitors, their children, will be given complete access to the benefits and blessings of American citizenship. America should actually look out for the interests of our citizens first. And that means, again, if you're here permanently and lawfully, your kid becomes an American citizen. If you're not here permanently, if you're not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and don't plan to be, why would we make those people's children American citizens permanently?
Have you ever talked to somebody and they just don't get it, and you got to talk to them slow like they're a retard, and you try to make an emphasis like, hey, hold on, let me say it a little slow. Why would we give someone's citizenship who's not a permanent resident here to their kids if they don't plan on becoming a permanent resident themselves and staying over here, you know what I'm saying, and producing for the country? They can't just leave a kid over here and have us take care of them and they going about their married life. No, they have to take their kid with them if they plan on going back. But if they plan on staying over here, we had to have all our blessings of making that kid an American citizen and stuff like that. If they plan on staying over here legally and producing, by all means, we don't care. We got you. We'll support you. We'll help you. We'll celebrate with you. We'll do all that. But it has to be done legally. Oh shit. Yeah, it has to be done legally. You can't be doing no legal shit and talking about, well, we got all the rights in the world. Hell no, it don't work like that no more.
Reports of ICE operations like yesterday's are popping up all across the country. But I am with you every step of the way.
I want to ask.
Well, bitch, your ass can get locked up too. Your ass can step inside of a jail cell too. Your ass say, we ain't going with that Black Lives Matter shit no more. Your ass can go too, gladly. Bye.
About refugee admissions, which were just suspended by the president. That has nothing to do with the U.S. border. Refugee screening takes 18 to 24 months to go through. They are heavily vetted. Left literally at the airport this week were thousands of Afghans, some of whom had worked with the United States government and were promised to come here. When you talked to us in August, you said, I don't think we should abandon anybody who's been properly vetted and helped us. Do you stand by that?
Many Republicans in Congress, and Congressman Menendez can attest to this, they support these disgusting Trump policies.
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted.
As a member of the House Committee on Homeland Security, I will see the bulk of these anti-immigrant bills this Congress, and I will reject these bills.
Fuck who ain't vetted, fuck who terrorists, fuck who might blow up the country. She wants as much and as many immigrants as possible over here in America. Fuck vetting them.
In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted.
But there are 30,000 people in the pipeline, Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people.
I will not back down from this fight.
Her ass not. She looking out for the immigrant people. Her number one concern is not what the American voters voted for. It's what her ass is getting paid for.
And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country.
These
It's
people are
not
vetted.
good.
I will advocate for the protection of immigrants in the 10th district and nationwide.
These people are vetted.
Just like the
If it said nationwide, she's on your side.
guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted.
I want to make it clear to Trump and his administration that we mean business here in New Jersey.
And many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly, he wasn't.
And we will not tolerate his hateful policies. We will fight back together to protect the most vulnerable in our communities. And
The immigrants is the most vulnerable in our communities. Hell, they shouldn't even be in our communities in the first place. I thought the black in the working class and all that, and the older ladies and the children and the kids, not middle-aged working war-ready men, not them war-fighting age men. Them can be the most vulnerable in our communities. I thought the older women, the elder people, the kids, the children, you know what I'm saying, the disabled. I thought them was probably the most vulnerable. But I guess it proves me wrong.
we will win.
I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted. And because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really
But-
care, Margaret. I don't.
She said that was a different case. It doesn't really matter if he was radicalized over here or over there. We really don't know. Well, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if he was radicalized over here, over there? He was radicalized. He wasn't properly vetted. Who gives a fuck? That's
to force
stupid.
any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really
But-
care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me. If you're not
Say he wasn't radicalized when he got over here. He probably got radicalized when he was here. Who gives a fuck? He wasn't from here, and his ass was radicalized, and he wasn't properly vetted, and he tried to blow some shit up. The hell is you talking about? Had a couple of people on the hit list. What the hell you talking about, huh? He had bombs and it was scoping out White House and other houses and all kinds. This dude was, and this was the next day or after the attempted assassination. So what do you mean? Motherfuckers ain't properly vetted. Well, you see how they came? Well, it's 30,000 immigrants that's over there that was waiting to get in. Well, why the hell they didn't they ain't been got in under Joe Biden? They wait till Donald Trump and then wait till the last month, like, oh, wait a minute. Now our best time to get in is if Donald Trump is in office. That was stupid as shit. If that was the case, we gonna wait till Donald Trump get in office and try to sneak our way into the motherfucking country and get properly fitted. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. The Democrat is the party of straight idiots. The more you show them, the dumber they get. Right? I was going to debate this dude, right? I was going to debate this dude live on my show, but I guess I scared him off. Right? He was like, I'll debate you with that liberal shit. He had the same liberal talking points, and he thought, I tried to debate him in and try to make him seem like I'm dumb. Hey, man, yeah, man, you can come on my show. We can debate, I was kind of letting him win, you know what I'm saying, so he can come on the show, you know what I'm saying, so he could think he know more than me. You know what I'm saying? He got all the shit, all the shit about DEI and abortion. He got all that shit on lock, right? I'm like, yeah, man. So I'm playing dumb. So I said, I made a comment, said something about, Daddy's home. You know what I'm saying? You know, with Tucker Carlson's like when he said that daddy's home comment, yeah, daddy's home. Daddy's home, right? Where we at, right? And he like, I don't respect. So now he didn't want to debate me because I said, he said, you called another man daddy, and I can't respect that, and none of that stuff, and well, how could you do that, and this stuff, right? But one of the topics was about DEI, right? One of the topics was about, here you go, this one right here, this one right here. Is this one right here?
We put up with it for 4 years, but we can't anymore. If you allow people to get away with things that are completely over the top and outrageous, if you allow your hormone-addled 15-year-old daughter to like slam the door of her bedroom and give you the finger, you're gonna get more of it. There has to be a point at which dad comes home. Yeah, that's right. Dad comes home and he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them because they're his children. They live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's going to have to let them know. Get to your room right now and think about what you did. And when dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now. And no, it's not going to hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not going to lie. This is going to hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this. We put up.
Right? So I gave him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I gave him the daddy's home comment, right? Oh, you called another man daddy. You know, none of so shit, right? But I wanted to, but he think DEI is what's saving the black community, right? And I had to tell him DEI is one of the most racist programs to black people ever, right? It's one of the most racist black, you know, it's one of the most racist programs if you look at it. If you look at it, DEI doesn't push the best black people to the top, right? It don't give the best black people an extra chance, right? The people that's almost there, right? We don't put our best against their best. We put our best against regular and our best excel, right? So when we get somebody say that parents, black parents and black parents was about education and things like that, and they had a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying, but they wasn't rich, right? But their kids excelled in school and stuff like that, right? We're not going to send that kid to Harvard, right, to compete with they white kids. Like, okay, this kid was the top of his class, we're going to send this kid to Harvard, right? Because this kid is at the 85 percentile or the 90 percentile, right? So we can give him, we can probably educate him that other 5 percentile, that's a 95 percentile at Harvard. So he's at 90 already. So we can get him to that 95. We can get him to that 95. That black student, them black students, or the Asian student, or that Mexican student, or that gay student. We can get them to that 90. We can get them to that 95 because they hella smart, right? They don't do that. Them students go to USC, Stanford, you know what I'm saying, Temple, you know what I'm saying. They probably get wherever they go. They don't go to the top schools to compete with their top students. What they do, right, is they get somebody from the 70 percentile. There's a black student, a gay student, a Mexican student, one of these so-called students, and say, well, we're going to put you with the 95 percentile, right? And we want you to go from the 70% percentile you at because in your neighborhood, 70% percentile is damn good. It's excellent. If you go in one of the schools in Compton, Watts, Chicago, you know what I'm saying, Detroit, 70 percentile is a genius. Now we finna send you to Harvard, you know what I'm saying, with the 95 percentile and give you these classes. You can't handle them classes? Okay, well, what about these classes? This is like we're gonna put you with the 95 percentile people in Harvard. We got another 70 percentile platform right here. You know what I'm saying? In this social justice field, you know what I'm saying? This and that, you know what I'm saying? One of these degrees you can get out, you know what I'm saying? And say you with social justice and you studied this and that and the racism and black history and all, whatever this shit degree may be, we gonna give you that. We can't give you these motherfucking degrees with these other Harvards, with these lawyers and these we can give you a communication or, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that, environmental shit, but we can't give you no motherfucking lawyer, no doctor, no government, no shit like that, because that's a 95 percentile. Right? But some motherfuckers say, well, I can handle it. Okay, you handle it. Now your ass felon. You know what I'm saying? Because you tried to go to the 90%, 5 percentile, and your ass felon now. Now your ass got to drop out. Because your grades is fucked up. You tried to get you a good degree. You tried to get you a damn good one. But you was in the degree you wanted in the 95 percentile wasn't in your range. So what happened is they should have sent you to the 70%. And you would excel. You'd have been one of the motherfucking best lawyers. You'd have graduated the top of your class and shit like that, because 70% at that other school, like Stanford and other school, that's excellent. But it's not excellent in MIT and none of these other schools. So what happens is they get certain jobs in social justice fields, and they get certain jobs on TV and certain jobs in schools and certain, because that's what they diploma, you know what I'm saying, whatever they, you know, that's what job they can get. So now you have a racist system, which is a school system, supposedly, right? You have a racist economic system, which is the workforce or whatever, supposedly, right? You have these two entities, these are people that supposedly is racist in the schools and the racist in jobs and all this other stuff. With DEI, you have the same people picking who they want to succeed, right? So the same white racist people, the same white racist motherfuckers that's holding black people down, and the same white people that's racist and don't like black people, don't want to get them in these schools and shit like that, because they don't want the black people to succeed, is the same one that's saying, well, we're gonna pick you, and you. We're going to put y'all in Harvard. And we're going to pick and choose what job fields y'all can go into, because y'all can't only get degrees in certain things, because we now choose who y'all get to represent y'all with the DEI program, right? Because we give y'all the opportunities now, and we pick and choose who we want. And if you don't follow the DEI shit, or you don't follow the training we give you, guess what? You're not qualified. Huh? Because you got to go to DEI training, you got to get a DEI job, you got to spread this DEI awareness shit, and we pick and choose whoever the fuck we want. We don't have to pick. We picking the motherfucker we know ain't gonna succeed. We know ain't gonna compete. We know ain't the top of the food chain in the black community. Why? Because we pick them. We're not gonna pick the smart motherfucker. We're not gonna pick the motherfucker who can compete, can change the world, can just change society, may have a difference in opinion that we can manipulate. We're not finna pick none of them. No free thinkers. That's not part of DEI. So the same racist people, same racist system allows them to pick who they want and who they do not want to succeed. But we want to say getting rid of DEI, basing it on a merit-based system, and giving everybody the opportunity at an equal education, equal opportunity education. You know what I'm saying? With school choice, stuff like that, we're going to cancel that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to cancel all these other things. But we want to pick and choose who we want to be: your lawyers, your doctors, your world leaders, your politicians, and all that, because we don't want to give them the DEI and say they need the opportunity. They're not smart enough. We need them. We need him. We need him. You know, instead of us saying, you know what? We think this black person right here deserves the opportunity. He does this in school. Do we think this little kid right here can grow up and be a natural black leader? He's active in his community. He started this business. He's such and such. We want to push our best black thinkers and our best black students and our best black, you know what I'm saying, probably a future world leader. We want to put them up in there instead of you hold them back and bring who forward you want to bring forward. Because the white people decide who DEI money and funding go to, not black people. Ha! But it helps us out. It saves us. It's the civil rights of the new, but everybody else benefit more from this DEI than we do. I asked the person yesterday what DEI program you can name that bettered the life of black people, or what DEI program that you know that I can enter right now that would change my life, your life, and the person's life. You know what I'm saying? That who else we talking to? What program? They couldn't name it because not one exists. And this time and he thinking he like using the civil right. Well, I think he said it's called affirmative action. DEI is not affirmative action. That's two different things. I had to actually school him on that too. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't think he want to mess with me because I'm too educated for him. So I think he kind of bowed down and took the bullet. Right? But what I'm saying is, you got to understand the systems that they put in place, like the welfare system and social systems and shit like that. Like, you know, and the reason why this different actions, you know, and you got to understand the reason why and the reason for. You feel me? The reason why and the reason for, and it's all simple, right? I knew that the laws on the stealing was going to change when they start putting that shit on the news. Oh, they put it on the news. Breaking the stores, this. They scared the shit out of people. Pass the law, then you hear shit else from it no more. All we heard is one arrest, two arrests, right? They passed the law. Now you don't hear nothing about stealing no more. People still stealing. People still doing their thing. But now you don't hear from them no more because they already passed the law and they already made their money off of it. I remember when they were going to do the carjacking shit, right? Carjacking on TV every day, changing carjacking law. This is the first time I saw this shit happen when I was way back in. I like because I was doing that Illuminati shit. It's a reason why they keep on showing carjackings and this and scaring the shit out of people. Next thing you know, it's a law. You scare people with fear. You know what I'm saying? Either fear or love. You can't preach nothing else. You can't. You got to learn how to balance them. Even Donald Trump. Fear and love. There's no in between. There's no third option. There's no variation of the two. I mean, it's different variations of the two, but you got everything as far as political, everything as far as passing laws, everything as far as, anything. You got to have fear and love. Fear of something and love of something else. And if you speak too much fear, people gonna ask what a love. If you speak too much love, people gonna ask, well, where's the fear? We're not supposed to be scared of anything. Everything supposed to be hunky dory and this and that and this and this and this. No, that cannot be possible, right? And then you say, well, everything is all bad and everything is fucked up. You also, well, wait a minute, that's not possible, right? So when Donald Trump say, we have a great country, right? But our country is going into, he never say our country, he say something, our country is in the substance, as a country is in such and such. That's the fear, right? But I'm going to get it back. That's the love, right? He let you, he tell you the fear of such and such first, then he tell the love, we're going to get this country back, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to get the immigrants out of it, we're going to do that, right? Now, you have somebody on the other side preaching love. We love our country, we love America, we love the laws and stuff like that. They speak the love. Then they go into fear. But if you vote for him, we're going to lose this and we're going to lose that. We're going to lose this. And you see how the opposite goes? One go from fear to love and one go from love to fear. It's going to be the end of democracy. There's Hitler and this and this and that. And then in the countries. And then when you go from fear to love, people can live with a different energy because they're like, okay, I have hope. I have hope. Things are going to change. But when you go the opposite, the other way, people leave it with a desperation like, fuck, what can I do? What happens if I don't? What happens if it does? Even now, they holler the dictator. Donald Trump going to be a dictator on day one. I didn't hear none of them apologize for it. You know what we was wrong about the dictator on day one? We was, you know what I'm saying? He was actually this. You don't hear none of that. But like I said, you gotta be careful of what Democrats push because you can't really look at what it's for. You gotta really look at what it's about. How the DEI program and these social justice programs, how they separate the black family. They're telling what black women can be married. If you're on a system, you can't basically be married. We letting you know. And you want all these full benefits, you can't be married. They're telling what black people can go to school, what black people can be successful. All that. I don't want to be from a party like that. I don't want to be in a country like that. Based on, look, I told the person, right? I say, the reason why I do my comedy and the reason why I love being conservative because I've learned how to be a capitalist, I learned how to save my money. I know how to invest, you know what I'm saying? I know how to do all this old stuff, you know what I'm saying, by being a capitalist and being a conservative, right? So as a capitalist and as a conservative, I'm not going to ask nobody for shit. I'm going to take advantage of what systems I can, you know what I'm saying, legally. I'm going to take advantage of that. Like Donald Trump said, I don't pay taxes. Hell, me neither. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to, so wherever, I don't pay taxes legally. So I took advantage of something. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, well, he's not gonna pay taxes. No, I'm not supposed to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, I have a extra incentive or extra way I can save a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, and when I do my comedy or do my clubs or my YouTube or whatever, get donations or get paid for doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's me making something for myself out of what America provided for me. And that's an opportunity. They gave me opportunity to make some money. They gave me opportunity to rent clubs. They got me opportunity to be on YouTube. They gave me the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to make jokes. They gave me the opportunity to be a stand-up comedian. They gave me opportunity. So I can't worry about what person got more rights or more privilege or more opportunity or more whatever than me. I gotta worry about what I have and work what I got, you know what I'm saying, to better myself. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be just like you, blaming it on the white man, saying I can't get ahead, saying this and saying that, instead of like, damn, America is a great place. I can be who the fuck I want to be and still get paid for. I can be an entertainer, a comedian, a rapper, a writer, selling motherfucking cookies or t-shirts. I could be, or I can just go to work. You can do anything in America you want to do. There's nothing holding you back. But sitting up there saying it's because of DEI programs and stuff, America, black people is finally getting the opportunity. I didn't know DEI when I had 800,000 subscribers. It wasn't no DEI, had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing my little comedy and winning all these awards and being on all these shows and stuff, DEI didn't have nothing to do with that. That was hard work. That was dedication. Right? And because of hard work and hard, I don't have to worry about the supposedly white man, you know what I'm saying, telling me this and the white man telling me that, because I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have to worry about nobody telling me shit. And you can have, in America, if you work hard, you can have it the same way. You can have it just like the white person. You can be a private business owner, whatever, and you don't have to work for the white man, the black man, and none of that shit. You can work for yourself. But because you choose to be mad at the same motherfucker you go to work for every day and get paid from, you mad at that person. Why? Because he's successful? You don't like all white people because it's 60% of America is white, and you don't like that because if we're going based on somebody being represented properly, well, 60% of every job profession is supposed to be white people. If you want to know the truth, if we have 20% of black people in any job profession, right, that means we overrepresented because we only got 14% of black people in America, but we got 20% or 30% in some job field. That means we overrepresented by 15%. And white people, other people, underrepresented by, you know, if you want to go by that, that means it should be a half a transgender in every damn job thing. If you want to go by numbers and who's properly represented and how the country looks. But you don't want to talk about that. You know? But DEI is saving black folks. DEI is we need a DEI because we need an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to get a certain job. Well, is anything stopping you from going to school? No. Is anything stopping you from saving your money? No. Is anything stopping you from learning an entrepreneurship trade or profit or anything like that? No. Is anybody in America telling you you cannot own a business? No. Because it's lots of people who own businesses that don't have a storefront. Some of them do it out of their house. Some of them do it on the internet. Some doing all kind of shit. It's plenty of people who don't need a storefront. They got businesses in their living room. They do internet and YouTube and sell cookies and make perfume and cut hair and do braids and they made a business in their living room. You mean to tell me you can't do that? No. When you can do anything, any white motherfucker, Mexican motherfucker, rich motherfucker, anybody in America can do, ain't nothing holding you back. So why is you blaming it, DEI, for something, you know what I'm saying, that you have total control of? Total control of. Right? But they don't understand that. Because if you can blame somebody or you can say somebody is stopping you, it takes the power out of your hands to do better. Because it's not in your control. Right? If it was in your control, you would be responsible for it. But since somebody else is in control and somebody else is holding you down, you're not responsible for how broke you is. You're not responsible for your living conditions. You're not responsible because you don't own shit. You're not responsible because your car don't work or your bank account ain't a fact. You're not responsible for none of that shit because it's not your fault. It's his fault. It's their fault. It's its fault. It's Trump's fault. I heard a motherfucker say Donald Trump is going to take my rights away as a black man. I say, well, what right Donald Trump is going to take from this black man? He ain't going to take from that white man. Give it to me. Because whatever right he takes from me, he's going to take from his ass, her ass, their ass too. Give me the right, nigga. Huh? Is Donald Trump going to take right? Tell me what right Donald Trump going to take from me that he's not going to take from Todd or Steven or Tom or none. Tell me what right. Oh, nigga, you're going to take over. You're sitting up there and you're saying stupid shit. Shit don't even make sense. How long is it going to take for me to lose my rights? Was it the first day? The second day? Am I going to lose them next month? In 2 years? When am I going to lose my rights? So I know when it's coming. That's the stupidest shit in the world. You're going to lose your rights. Oh, we lost DEI. All of a sudden, I'm not going to be funny no more. All of a sudden, you know what? I can't compete with other comedians because these motherfuckers done canceled DEI. Now I don't know how to write no jokes no more. I don't know what the fuck to say on stage no more. I don't know what I'm going to do on YouTube no more because these motherfuckers done took DEI. What am I going to do in my life now? What am I going to do in my life today? Huh? I don't call the homies. Hey, homie, guess what? We can't do shows no more because these motherfuckers done took DEI. You better stop making records, nigga, because they not going to sell. Don't do no more music videos because DEI is over with, nigga. You'll never get another view. Huh? I might as well go to the barbershop. I don't know why you niggas still cutting the hair. They just canceled DEI. None of you niggas should have another opportunity to cut another motherfucking hair. Huh? I'm going everywhere. Y'all know, I don't know why you niggas playing basketball. Donald Trump canceled DEI. I don't know why you niggas barbecuing. Nigga, Donald Trump canceled DEI. If everybody can't be included, can't nobody be included at the barbecue. Fuck it. You niggas ain't got enough. You niggas ain't got enough transgenders. Ain't this a bitch? These motherfuckers mad. This motherfucker said, look, man, I can't have a question mark on my damn birth certificate no more. I can't go legally change my motherfucking birth certificate and say I'm a motherfucking tree. Last year, I could be a motherfucking tree. This month, I can't be a motherfucking cat. Some motherfuckers change their birth certificate according to what month it is. Huh? One time a motherfucker saw Barbie and changed his motherfucking sex to an avatar. I said, what do Barbie got to do with the avatar? I'm a motherfucking avatar as my sex. You an avatar? What the fuck is an avatar? Huh? I'm an avatar. One motherfucker want to be a cat. One motherfucker want to be a bird. One motherfucker want to be invisible. Hey, what is you on your sex? I'm invisible. What? Okay, the motherfucker say he invisible. Motherfuckers go and make up motherfucking pronouns. And what is you today? I'm a motherfucking box. You a box? Well, put the motherfucking box down as gender. Let the nigga go trip over there to Spain. Huh? You be any but that motherfucking thing in the world. I'm a motherfucking refrigerator. But give a motherfucker soda and go in line and take your motherfucker ass to Italy if you want to. That got to be difficult for other countries. You know what I'm saying? You come and you ask for a passport, and this motherfucker say his name is Volchar, and he's a motherfucking lion. Like, excuse me, I think you got a different passport. It say your motherfucking name is Voltron, and you're a motherfucking lion right here. Like, this is not, and it got your picture on it. Like, the fuck? Huh? You be anything you want. They have to be, look, you go over there, Australia, like the motherfucker Australia people at the airport. Look, come here, let me show you something. Look, this motherfucker over here think he's a laptop. Look at this motherfucker. He got a laptop down as a sex. Come here. Look, let's go fuck with him. So you say you a laptop? Yes, I'm a laptop. Why my baby mama pronoun be dead? Yes, I'm a laptop. If you don't get your dumb ass out of them TSA, talk about your motherfucking laptop. Yes, I'm a lollipop. You can be anything as a motherfucking Democrat. You can be, you can just be like, you know what I'm gonna be next month? I'm gonna be a motherfucking astronaut. An astronaut is even not a sex, motherfucker. It's a job. But now it's a sex. You can be anything you want to. I'm telling you, man. Motherfucker gets suspended and shit. Why he get suspended? Because he called him the wrong pronoun. He called him a frying pan, and his ass actually a motherfucking boiling pot. That is sexist, and that is discrimination. Oh my God. He called him popcorn, and his real name is Dorito. You had one bitch, she forgot the whole mother. She was a transgender, and she forgot all the kids in the class pronouns. She like, what the hell is their pronoun? Like who is, like, look, she's like, I'm confused with all the pronouns. This bitch is confused. She's like, what is all these motherfucking pronouns? Like, bitch, ain't you the pronoun expert? Shouldn't you know about all the pronouns? Here you go, right here. Shouldn't you know about all the pronouns, bitch? Wait.
Hold on.
Wait. Shouldn't your ass know about all the pronouns? Like, I forgot about all the pronouns in the damn book. Were you the pronoun lady? What the fuck? Why is it going back to this? We put skip. Okay, here we go, right here. Here it goes. Why is it going back to commercials? All the damn. The hell is it? All these damn commercials. Here you go.
My first class knocked it off.
What happened to this teacher?
So I had a kid on Monday. They said their pronouns were she, her. Then on Wednesday, yesterday, they came to me and they said, you know what? My pronouns are they, them. I want you in the class to use they, them. Okay, cool, great. They come to class today. There's names on desks in groups for assigned seats. They can't find theirs because I guess my first class knocked it off. So I go to the class. Hey, is she in anyone's group? Does anyone see her name? It took me 5 minutes to realize what I did.
Oh, whoopsie. And it took you 5 minutes to realize. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. And what do you do when you make such a grave error of judgment?
What I did when they were sitting by themselves, I approached them and said, I screwed up, didn't I? And they said, yep.
Gee, how can you live?
Yeah, like, I'm confused on they, them, and him, and her. Have y'all see? You see, she got confused. Bitch, you transgender, you the teacher, and you get confused. What the fuck you think we supposed to do? One day they want to be them and her, and I'm confused. When she was saying they, was that one people of a group of people, and they all wanted to be individual days? Or was she talking about all of them was days and it was a lot of hers? Like, I don't know what the fuck. It's confused. I screwed up. I want to be a motherfucking trash bag today. What the fuck? You can be a Democrat, you can be anything you want. I remember, look, when they used to say, look, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right? I want to be a doctor. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a wrestler. I want to be a football player. I ain't know no motherfucker in my class wanted to be an air conditioner. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an air conditioner. Like, what the fuck? It was kids saying, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? In my school, they said, look, I want to be alive, nigga. I want to be alive and having birthdays and hopefully having kids when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? But my brother said, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a couch. What the fuck? Well, if you want to be a couch, if you have to go to school, you have to learn what couches does. You know, there's classes you can take. You know what I'm saying? You can maybe want to go into some apprenticeship on how to be a couch. Bitch, you can't be no couch. Liberal ass teacher telling her how to grow up and be a damn couch. We didn't have no dreams like that. We had logical dreams. Motherfuckers say they want to be the president. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the president when I grow up. Yeah, he want to be the president. Yeah, that's a big dream. I want to be a doctor. Yeah, I want to be. I want to be a pediatrician. They don't have none of them dreams no more. I want to be a hammer and a nail. The fuck you want to be? I want to build houses by myself. These motherfuckers are sick. They don't know how to read a timers guide or pump a damn gas nozzle, but they say I wanna be a Chevy Ford. A Chevy Ford, nigga, you still walking. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? We used to name our kids Mercedes. We didn't think the bitch actually wanted to be one. That's Mercedes. Oh, she got a cute name. No, that's not her name. The bitch trying to be a Mercedes. Her name is Keisha. But the bitch thinks she a Mercedes. I had a doctor. I used to go and I didn't know until I got how funny it was until I got older. You know, I used to always do all kind of stunts. And one time I fell out of a tree, right? And every time I used to go to the doctor all the time, fucking myself up. And they used to call me Tarzan. And I didn't know. Like, oh, go Tarzan. And I didn't know how funny that shit was until I got older. I'm like, it could have been racist, but if it was racist, that shit was funny as a motherfucker. They were calling me Tarzan, and my mama didn't, and we didn't know nothing, and we didn't think that shit was racist. Then I guess that was full racism or something. Like, here come Tarzan. I was like, wait a minute, that doctor came in racist and the motherfucker calling me Tarzan. You go Tarzan swinging out of trees and shit, breaking shit. Tarzan, look, here come Tarzan. Oh, hell no. I'm not fucking with that doctor no more. Anyway, let me get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? It was nice having fun with y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a show for y'all tomorrow. And look out for Tarzan, goddammit. And look out for DEI. Remember, tell them, look, and motherfuckers say, man, hey, DEI is helping black people. Say, man, the only motherfuckers get money off of DEI is old white bitches. You know what I'm saying? But that's running these DEI programs and hiring these DEI students and shit like that. White people is the motherfucker that are benefiting from it. Ain't no gays or none of that shit. It's white people. Them motherfuckers be out there protesting the shit the most. It don't be nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, we need it back. You see, like, wait a minute. I gotta show you one thing before I go. I gotta show you one thing. Wait a minute. I gotta show you one thing before I go. Well, this nigga right here, Al Sharpton, where this nigga at? Al Sharpton, this nigga went to Costco's. Look, this nigga went to Costco's.
My guy, can you put the walkers in the bottle? Yeah, that's all. We got no left. Bus one. I know I heard it.
This nigga Al Sharpton got a busload of black people, right? He got a busload of black people, right? Because he said, well, Target is not messing with us, and they cut out DEI, and Nike cut out DEI, and all these motherfuckers cut out DEI. So he went and got a gang of people, I guess, off the street, or, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers needed, you know what I'm saying, extra money for, you know, the little welfare shit. And he loaded their ass on the bus like they were finna go on a civil march or something. Like, yeah, we finna go like, you know, like going to Thelma or some shit like that. Like Martin Luther King. You know, they said we finna go and we finna march. And these motherfuckers went to Costco and he gave them all $150 gift card and say, do what you want, cause Costco support us. And this nigga hop out like he a superstar. Look, this nigga hop out like he a celebrity and shit. This nigga hop out like he a celebrity with bodyguards and shit. You know what I'm saying? This little short motherfucker gave all these motherfuckers and walkers. It's like he went and got the... What did he say?
Equity and inclusion in the private sector.
One of the managers. This is and I'm retiring in 5 days. Yes.
What is nigga Al Sharpton running for president now?
All right, y'all. Don't tear up my floor. We not shot.
They're on your side.
But this nigga is photo opping like a motherfucker. Look, he looking straight into the camera. He photo opping like a motherfucker. Look at that. Look at Al photo opping like a motherfucker. He ain't saying shit, acting like he's shopping and shit. What you want to get? You only got $150, bitch. Everything up in there costs money because you got a wholesale.
You're gonna make piano lessons. Yes, you got a piano lesson.
You ain't getting no shit from this Top Shelf up here. Best believe that shit.
Hey, D. Go to...
Well, I'm getting some hamburger meat, some eggs, and some chicken.
That's $150. Say hamburger meat, some eggs, and chicken. $150.
With the help of Al Sharpton.
National Action Network. How you doing? You got any? All right. Thank you.
Nigga, you ain't bought no phone with no $150 motherfucking gift certificate, nigga, unless you put $300 with it. Oh, my.
Uh-oh, sorry about that. That's okay. Are you?
That nigga had one busload of motherfuckers, gave out 50 gift cards.
Eating on the job.
Did they just pull a motherfucking Joe Biden?
Watch your back, sir. Watch your back.
You know, Target really gonna miss all them $150 gift certificates. They gonna go into bankruptcy because they didn't get all them $150. That busload of $150 that Al Sharpton wrote with is gonna totally bankrupt Target and all the other motherfuckers who didn't vote or didn't do the DEI training. Is totally going bankrupt all of them. The little Costco cards and shit, all of them. That shit is. Look, Costco done came up. They quoted them, went over the threshold, and all the other motherfuckers gonna go bankrupt. Watch what I tell you. Kmart, Ralph's, Zodi's, whoever it is, Big Five, Nike, all you motherfuckers, y'all going down because you didn't stick with the DEI program, and you didn't want Al Sharpton $150. You dirty sons of bitches. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next show because these sons of bitches are dirty. They don't want Al Sharpton money. They don't want Al Sharpton. You don't want Al Sharpton money. You don't want them dollars. Oh my God. We got up out of here before this make me mad. I'll see y'all tomorrow. They don't want Al Sharpton $150. Y'all all going to hell. You going to double hell. Going to double hell.